Hi, my name is Tara. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you've been feeling kind of stressed, overwhelmed this holiday season, I've got a 30-minute yoga practice for you. Intermediate level, so best if you have tried yoga before. All you're going to need is a yoga mat or a towel, something soft on the floor. I'll see you during the practice. You may practice this class in socks or bare feet. We're going to start at the top of the mat, feet about hip distance apart, softening up the knees, drawing the tailbone under, toes are parallel, shoulders roll up to the ears, squeeze tight, and then relax. Palms forward, shoulders come down. Let's just do that one more time, like a big circle, roll up, rotate your palms back, squeeze tight, and then release. Shoulders down, palms forward, standing in your best posture, Tadasana. So head over shoulders, over hips, over heels. If it's available in your body to close your eyes, go ahead and close your eyes really quick. Turn off your visual cues. And I want you to tune into your breath. Take a deep breath in the belly. Fill it up with air. And then exhale. Sigh it out. One more deep breath. Setting your intention for this practice. Maybe it's a fitness goal. Maybe you just want to take a moment, release your stress, your tension, sigh that air out the back of the throat, almost like an HA sound. Flutter your eyelids open, take a few blinks. We're going to start with some movement here. So inhale, both arms will reach up overhead, lengthen the sides body. Exhale, fold at the hips, reach your hands towards either your thighs, your shins, the floor, a block, a book, something to bring the ground up, whatever level you're at. Let your head relax, chin will soften into your chest. Maybe shake your head no here, dump your brain out on the mat. We're going to take a couple deep knee bends. So start to bend at the knees, lift up your heart, squat into the legs, and then lift the hips, drop the head, relax the shoulders. Good, do two more, just kind of charging up the knees, a nice deep squat, and then lift it up. Sigh it out. One more. Big bend through the knees, and then we'll roll all the way up to the top, pushing through all four corners of both feet. Belly button zips into your spine. Unravel. One vertebra at a time. Take that shoulder roll at the top, open and squeeze. Relax, palms forward. Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, both arms overhead. Interlace your fingers at the top, and then just flip your palms towards the ceiling. Taking a nice shoulder stretch here. And just releasing that tension in the shoulders, neck. We're going to tip to the right. So gently send those hands up and over to the right as you bump your hips to the left, creating a nice crescent shape here in your side body. Push through both feet evenly. Ribs come together to come back up through center. Nice and tall. Deep breath in. Sigh it out. Just go ahead and lean to the left. Bump your hips on over to the right. Opening up that right side body here. Pressing the palms away. Ribs come together here to take it through center, elbows back into cactus, stretch the chest so the front body gets really closed off. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold. So that's why it's really good to put some front body stretching into your routine. Shake your head out here as if you're saying no to things that no longer serve you. Come up to that half lift. Inhale, fill your belly with air. Exhale, release, forward fold. Bending through both knees deeply, plant your hands to the floor and step your feet back 1 foot at a time until you're in the top of a push-up. Palms under shoulders, toes curled under, everything strong. Firm those legs. Push through your finger pads. Elbows are soft. Good. From here, we're just going to pike the hips straight up into downward facing dog. Zip up that belly as you lift your hips, drop your head. You can adjust your foot stance, your hand stance to what feels best in your body. So my feet are just a little bit wider than my hips. My arms, I have them about shoulder distance apart. Fingers are all pointed forward. Heels disappearing behind the ankles. And then let's add a little pedal here. So just alternating one heel to the floor as you bend the opposite knee. We'll switch it, stretching out through the hamstrings. We really reverse the blood flow here. A lot of blood coming to the face and brain. Embrace that little extra oxygen for those tissues. Last little pedal in the legs. Excellent. Like a wave, you're going to pull your belly button in and roll up and over, kind of rounding through the back. Land right back into that plank pose. Everything in a straight line from the crown of the head to the heels. Lower your knees And then slowly dip your heart between your elbows, scrape your ribcage on the way down. Belly to the floor. Let's lay prone here. Walk your legs out long as if I just pulled them. Slide your hands a little farther back behind the shoulders, and we'll peel ourselves up. Baby cobra to start. So just little lift through the heart. And then elbows stay in, roll yourself back down. Do it again. Inhale up. Maybe a little higher, maybe mid cobra. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. Exhale back into that mat. Let your forehead fold in. Last one, maybe the highest one yet, but only if your back is okay with that. Honor whatever spinal flexibility is available today. You can go baby, mid, or full cobra. Sweep your gaze over your right shoulder. Just check your blind spot. And then we'll sweep the gaze over the left shoulder. So the holidays are a time when you can gather a lot of stress in the neck. Release yourself back through the middle. Melt your heart to the floor. And we'll drive those hands into the floor to take the hips back to your heels. Child's pose. Forehead can rest on the floor. You can bend your elbows and make a pillow for your forehead. Or you could reach your hands back by your heels. Feel free to customize this child's pose to make it yours every single time we return to it. Feel free to come here as often as you need. We're going to get flowing here. Start to reach those arms forward. Come into your tabletop, palms under shoulders, knees under hips. Round it here into cat stretch, chin to chest, belly in. And then soften the belly, lift up the heart, lift up the tail. Let's do one more. Round it, cat. And then inhale, soften the belly, lift up the heart, tail. Good. Curl those toes under. Make your way to downward facing dog. Heels will be heavy, stretching out the backs of the legs. Press into the all 10 finger pads, all 10. Bring your feet a little more narrow and we'll reach the right leg up into the sky. So splitting up the legs here, three-legged dog. Draw the knee forward and through. Scoop your heart in, scoop your chest. So you're coming into like a mountain climber. Do it again. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale like a knee to nose. Firm. Last one, reach it up. Step that right leg through. Try to aim between your hands. If you can't quite get it in one step, you can grab with your hand, pull it through. Leave the back heel elevated, leave the back knee elevated. Rise on up into crescent lunge. Try to sink into that lunge. So front knee over front ankle, going for a parallel femur on that front leg. Inhale the arms up tall. Exhale the arms back by your hips as you tip forward through your spine. Create a nice long line from the crown of the head to your back heel. Inhale, reach it right back up. Prepping your spinal muscles here. Exhale, tip forward, airplane. Good, one more. Inhale it up, and on this third one, you have the option to step onto your front foot and balance here in a warrior 3. Now, if that doesn't feel right in your body, you'll just take the airplane lunge and hold it. You could always take arms to the side for a little bit of extra help, or hands to your heart. The full pose is arms overhead, biceps by your ears. Slowly bend your front knee and step your back leg down. Strike that crescent lunge one more time. Match your palms together, and then exhale, fold. Take a hand on either side of your front foot. Step that front leg back to meet the back leg. Take a chaturanga if you'd like to. Otherwise, you can skip it and go straight into your child's pose. Cobra, baby cobra, mid cobra, whatever feels good. Some of you might be ready for up dog, which is tops of the feet on the floor, thighs floating off the floor. Start to roll your heart back down slowly like a wave. Push the hands down. You may take a child's pose here if it feels good. Releasing the low back. Otherwise, you can skip that and go straight to down dog. We'll all meet together in downward dog in about one more breath here. So really just find that breathing in and out. That's your pranayama. Bring the big toes a little bit closer. The left leg is going to reach up now. So three-legged dog on the other side. Really feel that stretch in your right heel, right hamstring. Draw left knee to your chest, firm everything, round your back, scoop it. Good, stretch it back up on the in-breath. Your head will come between your arms. Exhale, round and scoop it. Waking up your core. Good, inhale, reach it up. On this one, you're going to see if you can step your foot between your hands. And if you need to cheat it a little bit by using your hand to grab it and pull it forward, go ahead. You want that front shin perpendicular to the floor. Back leg stays alive as you stretch on up into crescent lunge. Arms will reach overhead, finding your balance. See if you can get a little lower in that lunge. We're working some muscular endurance here. We're going to take these airplane lunges next. So on your next exhale, tip it forward. Arms will come back by your sides. Reach the crown of your head up on that diagonal, and then come on up on the in-breath. Good. One more, just like the movement. One more of reaching forward, zipping the belly in. Now on this last one, I'm going to have you step onto your left foot and maybe balance here, finding warrior 3 balance. So lift up that back leg, reach your spine long. Maybe you're on a diagonal, maybe you're parallel to the floor. You could always reach the arms out to the sides, bring hands to heart center, perhaps even full warrior 3, which is arms extended overhead. Start to bend your front knee, and as you do, step right back into the crescent lunge. Match your hands together at the top, and then we'll fold. Planting hand on either side of the foot, step back to your plank pose. So now you're facing the floor, facing the mat. You can do this from your toes, you can do this from your knees. Chaturanga down. Any version of a back bend. So back into whatever cobra you've got, or maybe into up dog. Lower yourself to the mat, and we'll take it into a child's pose. If you feel pretty good, you can roll right through this child's pose and come straight to down dog. Deep breath here as you lift your sit bones, relax your face, relax your neck, and maybe even just draw a couple semicircles with your chin across your chest, stretching out the neck here, releasing tension. Big toes come close. Right leg scooping on up to the sky. You're going to bring right into the outside of your right tricep, so firming the outside of your waist. Send it right back up. Inhale. And now let's bring it to the opposite tricep, the left side. So a little oblique here. Inhale, back up. This one we're stepping through. Keep the hips high. Right foot lands in between your hands. Swivel your back heel down, line it up with your front heel. And then we'll cartwheel ourselves on up into warrior 2 or Virabhadrasana 2. Go ahead and stay here with the right leg in front. I'm going to turn so I can see you. You're going to be gazing over your front arm. Sink a little lower into your front knee. So that right knee is going to be right in line with the middle of your foot. Let's reverse the warrior. So start to shift your weight forward, flip your right palm, and then nice little back bend here. So backhand will find the back of the thigh as you reach up and over. Return to center as your feet grip the mat. Take your front elbow to your thigh, and then reach up. Maybe look up, pressing the outside edge of your back foot onto the floor. Some of you might be ready to find the floor on the inside of your front foot. So feel free to try extended side angle, maybe even reaching that arm overhead. One of my favorite poses. Let's circle the top arm. So like you have a paintbrush on your left hand, just start circling. And remember, I turned to face the mirror, so I haven't changed sides. Reverse the circle. We're gonna get the other side in a moment here. Good. And then on the bottom of this next circle, you're going to just go ahead and bring your left hand to the floor and pick up your back heel. So you've morphed your shape. You're now in a runner's lunge. Hands are inside of your front knee. Back leg is long and strong. Put a little bit of weight on those hands here. Find a nice hip stretch. Good. We're going to melt the back knee and then go ahead and roll open that front toe. So you're going to roll to the outer edge of your front foot. And then if it's in your practice to twist, take your inside hand, right hand to the right thigh bone, and rotate your heart into your lunging thigh. So twisting is very good for digestion and detoxing, which your organs do for you naturally. If you would like to, you can pull your back heel in, engage that hamstring, and see if you can reach back with your right arm, perhaps connecting with the top of the foot or the ankle or the pant leg. You could grab a strap, hook it around that foot and pull it in that way. That's a good way to make your arm longer. Take a deep breath here. Release your quad. And then we'll roll that foot back down to the floor. Plant your hands inside of your front foot. Grip the mat with your front toes. Parallel that foot. Tuck the back toes under as you charge up the back leg. And then we'll side sweep that leg all the way back into your plank position. You can skip chaturanga or take that chaturanga. It's kind of like a tricep push-up on the way down. And then a back bend on the way up. Feel free to roll down into your cobra. To roll down into your child's pose. Or you can skip it and go straight to down dog, where your heels get heavy and you're really reaching your tailbone and hips up, up, up. Head is between the arms. Bring those big toes close. We're gonna all meet in down dog together. And then left leg floats up to the sky for that three-legged dog sequence. Left knee to the outside of your left tricep. Shift forward onto your hands. Make it like a plank. Inhale, reach it up. That left knee to the outside of your opposite tricep. So cross your midline here underneath you. Get the obliques engaged. And then inhale, left leg up. Left foot's going to step forward and through. Keep the hips high here as you step that foot in between your hands. Swivel your back heel to the floor. Line it up for warrior two on your other side. Take that little cartwheel through your upper body and land. Head, heart, hips, straight line. Front knee bent. Check that it's not caving in. You can even manually push it out. Stretch your arms out into a T. Gaze off over your front hand. Warrior poses bring a lot of power. We're going to shift the weight forward, flip the front palm, back hand down your thigh, lift and lengthen, chin up off your chest, reverse your warrior, stay low in your lunge. Come through center nice and slow. Front left elbow finds the thigh bone. As the palm flips up, take that opposite arm up to the sky. Now you can stay right here. If you'd like to bring your bottom hand towards the floor, you can definitely deepen that sensation. Or your top arm might even reach up and over, bicep towards ear into a long line from top pinky to back heel. Extended side angle. I'm going to add some circles here. So just like you're painting, start to bring that palm around like I'm swimming freestyle. Breathe into that shoulder and then reverse it. Circle it backwards. Just bringing some heat, some movement, blood flow to that joint. On this next circle, lower the hand onto the floor. As you pick up your back heel, just walk your front foot out a little bit, heel toe, until you find your runner's lunge. Moving your chest forward. Weight onto your hands. Elongate your back leg. So we need these hip stretches from all the sitting that we do. If you were driving in a car or flying in an airplane to get to wherever you were going, those hip flexors got tight. Go ahead and melt your back knee on down to the floor. We're going to make it a little more of a gentle stretch, but a deeper stretch. Roll the front toes open. So you're going to roll to the outer edge of that front foot, like you're opening a book. Sole of the foot peels off the floor. And then we'll add the twist. The left hand reaches to the left thigh. Rotate through your T-spine. That's the middle of your back. Just maybe look over at the opposite wall. So traveling always puts a little kink in my mobility chain. So yoga would be a great thing to do after a long flight. Start to squeeze your back hamstring and consider reaching your left arm up and over to connect with that right foot ankle or maybe pant leg or strap, whatever you got there. Moving into a nice quadricep stretch. So if you have really tight fronts of your thighs, this is a great pose to be working towards. Release whatever you're holding, let that foot fall, and then we'll take the hands back to the mat, tuck your back toe under, charge up your front leg, charge up your back leg. So we're back into that runner's lunge, knees lifted, front toes are parallel. As you grip the mat with your hands, you will side sweep that leg back into plank. Let's take a chaturanga, shifting forward. Elbows scrape the ribs. Baby cobra, full cobra, or up dog, maybe on the tops of the feet. Now the hardest transition, if you'd like to, you can just roll through your feet, lift up your hips, come straight to down dog. Really elongate your spine here, so press through your hands and work your tailbone a little higher. Head will relax between your biceps. Rise up to your tippy toes, bend your knees, look between your hands, and then you can hop or step to the front of your mat. Forward fold right back to where we started. Half lift on that in-breath, create a tabletop back. Exhale, release. Strong legs, charge you on up into a swan dive, up to the sky. Bring your hands together at the top and match them at your heart. Let's take a cleansing breath here. Inhale, and then sigh it out. Hands at heart center. Release that tension. Beautiful. We're going to interlace our fingers behind the back for a chest expansion. So interlace those fingers and drop the knuckles down towards the floor, working towards a straighter arm, working towards palms together. So the front of the body, the chest, the front of the shoulders tightens up a lot when we're traveling and driving, looking at a phone, typing on a computer. One more breath here. I'm gonna have you put gentle bends in your knees and then start to lean forward at your hip. Really reach your heart forward, dive your heart chest first, and then with really nice soft knees, let your chest collapse into your thighs. So my ribs are connected with my thighs. Arms are gonna fall up and over. Relax the neck and shoulder. Let's bend the left knee and connect the left shoulder towards the left knee, looking upright. And then we'll switch it, bend that right knee and little twist, look up over that left shoulder. Slowly center yourself, release those fingers, grasp opposite elbow, and we're going to take a ragdoll sway from right to left with really generously bent knees. Relaxing your back. Excellent. Take those fingers towards your shins, lengthen your spine. Exhale, release. Bending your knees, I'm going to have you step the right leg straight back and then swivel your right heel to the floor. We're going to take that cartwheel back up, but this time you're going to straighten your left leg, coming into a triangle stance. Heel to heel like you're on a balance beam. Serve your torso forward. Lengthen that left hand towards left shin as you reach the right arm up. Triangle pose. You can always be on your thigh, you can be on the shin, a block, the ankle, the floor, as long as you're not sticking your hips out behind you. Suction them right up in it. Good, push through both legs. Let's reverse our triangle. So backhand on your thigh as you reach up and over, lifting the chin up off the chest. Stretch your side body. Return to center triangle pose. Put a bend in your front knee. Look at the floor in front of your left foot and reach for it with your left hand. Pick up that back leg for half moon balance. Turning the right toes sideways so that the blade of your foot is facing the ceiling. Reaching that right arm up. Go ahead and release the right arm down and square your chest towards your left thigh. Lift your right leg a little higher, standing splits. Bow your head, relax your face. And then we'll soften your knee and step that right foot to the floor next to their left foot. Half lift on the in-breath. So tabletop your back, fill the belly with air. Exhale, side out, forward fold. Bend your knees and step your left leg back. As you swivel that heel to the floor, take a cartwheel on up into your triangle stance with your right leg in front. Spread your wings, lengthen your spine. Front heel, back heel in alignment. And then serve your torso forward for triangle. Hand can find your thigh or your shin or the ankle or the floor. Stretch your left arm up, maybe look at it. Maybe look past it. Feel that stretch in your side waist. The strong triangular base that is your feet pushes down into the mat. And then reverse your triangle. Back hand to your thigh. Lengthen up, look up, chin off the chest. And it's really important here that your base is strong. So both feet grip the mat, return to center. And you'll start to step into your front right foot as you look at the floor in front of your right toes. Find the floor with your right fingertips and then lift your back leg up, half moon stance. Back toes are turned to the side. So you have an open hip here as your left arm reaches up. And we'll slowly release left arm to the floor. Square your chest with your front thigh and lift your left leg a little higher. Bow your head, relax it. The closer your hands are to your foot, the harder it is. And then the farther away they are, the easier it is. Slowly release that left foot to match the right. Both knees are soft here. Ragdoll, roll yourself all the way up. Your head will be the last thing to arrive in Tadasana mountain pose. Take a shoulder shrug up. Squeeze at the top, release it down. Beautiful. We're going to take a shoulder stretch next. So give yourself a hug with your right arm on top of your left arm and just really grasp for the outsides of your shoulders. If that feels good, stay right there. If you'd like to join me, progress it here, bringing forearms close together into a modification on eagle arms, where you can wrap fingertips to palm, really squeezing everything in tight like you're wrapping up into a pretzel. I like the sensation of drawing the elbows down a little bit. If you like it better, you can also try lifting just a little bit. Be gentle on those shoulders though. Trying to relieve the tension that the holidays can bring. Just a little easy stretching here. Slowly release what you're holding. Unwind the arms. Take a big shoulder roll up. Relax them down. Let's switch sides. Left on top of right. Give yourself a hug. Reach for those shoulder blades behind your back. Stack your elbows and just see how that feels. The next level you have here is to bring forearm to forearm. Or maybe you could wrap fingertip to palm. Just check in that you're standing with nice, strong, active legs. You could draw the elbows down and find sensation there. Or you could reach them up a little bit and find a little more. I find that more on the tops of my shoulders. Just see where you feel it. We're going to slowly release what you're holding. Eagle arms, unravel, take a big shrug to the top. Roll it down, take inhale up. And then exhale, fold, hinge at the hips. Let your head relax at the bottom. Half lift with your in-breath, fingers to shins, long back. Exhale, release. Start to squat into your legs here and find a seat. So you're going to lower to your hips all the way down to the floor. And I know I made that look easier than it actually is. Soles of the feet together, blades of the feet onto the floor, cobbler's pose. Let your knees drop open. Press your fingertips behind you to lift your heart, lift your chest. Excellent. And then we'll slowly extend the right leg towards the front of the mat. Right toes lifted, sole of the left foot into the inner thigh of the right. Both arms overhead for head to knee pose. Start to bow. Melt your heart towards your thigh. Let your forehead melt. Hence the head to knee pose. Deep breath into that hamstring, and you're going to bring yourself back up to the top. Taking the bent leg and crossing it over your front thigh. Give that knee a nice hug, lifting your shin. We're going to twist again. So that right arm is going to hug the left shin, and then backstroke your left arm behind you. Look over your back shoulder, sitting up nice and tall into this twist. So this is a really good twist for relieving some back tension, kind of aiding with digestion. If you haven't been eating the way you normally do eat, which we all do that during the holidays, slowly unwind that spine, kick out that leg, give them both a little shake. We're going to do side two. The sole of your right foot will find the inner thigh on your left side. Left toes are flexed to the ceiling. Fan both arms up, sit up tall, head to knee pose on side two. Just notice which side is tighter. Without any judgment, just kind of targeting your brain. Which one of your hamstrings is a little more cooperative? And we'll start our journey back up. Nice and slow. Head up last. Then that right knee is going to cross over. So step right foot over the left thigh. Give it a hug. Sit up tall. We're going to add that twist for digestion here. So hug it in with the left thigh or left arm. And then swim your right arm back. So I'm just kind of creating a little leverage here by hugging my front shin. Pick up your chest, look off your back shoulder. Slowly unwind it, turn to face the front of your mat, wherever that is here, and then check to see if you have room to roll back, because we're gonna take it onto our backs next. So hug your shins, and then just take a couple playful rolls forward and back, massaging your spine. So I know you probably are not gonna have time to fit in that professional massage during the busy holiday season. So here's a little replacement. Stay on your back, hug the knees in, and rock them from right to left, pushing your lower back into the floor. Let's point and flex the toes, and then circle the ankles. Excellent. And then we're gonna take the right knee to the chest, extend that left leg, slowly lower it all the way to the floor. Left heel touches down, right knee, scoop it in a little tighter. Let's twist. Right knee over to the opposite side of your body. So you're going to open your heart, your chest to the ceiling. Your right knee drops to the left side. You can even open up your right arm to the right side, like a T. Slowly scoop it back through the middle. Take both knees in for a nice tight hug. You can kind of rock it out right, left, maybe draw some circles. Low back pain is one of the bigger complaints for flying on airplanes, driving in cars. Left knee to your chest and extend your right leg all the way down. So if you just traveled to a relative's house and your back's bothering you, you are in the right place. Scoop that left knee in real tight, and then we'll twist. Twist it on over to the other side, drop that shin, open up your heart to the ceiling, and maybe even open up your left arm to the side with your knuckle down and your palm is up. So squeezing this 30-minute routine. When you get to your family's house for the holidays, slowly roll back to your spine. I'm going to have you guys bring your feet flat to the floor. Final pose here, hands down by your sides. Feet are nice and narrow, toes are parallel. Bridge your hips up. Bridge, bridge, bridge. So you're pushing into your feet and glute bridging all the way to the ceiling. Shoulder blades pushing down. Excellent. Roll it on down nice and slow, one vertebra at a time. So that was your final back bend, just to kind of give you a little endorphin boost. Hands to your belly here, and you can knock those knees together. Close your eyes. Deep breath in. Say your mantra. Say, I am calm. Whatever it is that you need to get through this busy holiday season. Blink your eyes open. Take your knees to one side and gently press yourself on up. Let your head be the last thing to come up. There's no hurry. Take your time. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me today. I hope that you feel better than you did when you first hit play. I'll see you guys in the next one. Namaste.